Russia's Arctic monster is back, and Moscow says it's ready to patrol the high north once again. Putin's upgraded nuclear battlecruiser now returns armed with hypersonic missiles and modern strike systems. After nearly 3 decades, Russia has revived one of its most powerful Cold War warships. With fresh weapons and nuclear propulsion, Admiral Nakhimov is once again testing NATO's attention. Russia's nuclear-powered battlecruiser Admiral Nakhimov has returned after nearly 27 years away from active service. The 28,000-ton Kirov-class warship is completing final sea trials before formally rejoining Russia's northern fleet. Its modernization reportedly took more than 2 decades, transforming the Cold War cruiser into a modern combat platform. The battlecruiser now carries around 80 universal launch cells capable of firing Kalibr, Oniks, and Zircon hypersonic missiles. It is also equipped with the Fort M long-range air defense system to defend against aircraft and missile threats. Satellite imagery confirmed the ship's arrival at Severomorsk on Russia's Kola Peninsula after years in overhaul. Russian officials say the vessel will strengthen Moscow's military posture across the Arctic and North Atlantic. With sister ship Pyotr Veliky expected to retire, Admiral Nakhimov is set to become Russia's only operational Kirov-class battlecruiser. Defense analysts say its return could force NATO to devote more surveillance and tracking resources to the high north. The vessel's decades-long overhaul also reflects the immense cost and complexity of maintaining Russia's largest surface warships. The ongoing Russia-Ukraine war appeared to be spilling ever closer to NATO's own borders, according to multiple fresh reports from the region. On July 24th, a Romanian F-16 fighter jet shot down a drone for the very first time during an actual airspace incursion into NATO territory. Romania's defense ministry confirmed that the drone was ultimately downed near the town of Padina, located within Buzău County. Romanian radars had first detected the incoming aircraft roughly 20 kilometers off the Black Sea coast before it crossed into national airspace. Fragments from the destroyed drone ultimately landed in a nearby wheat field, fortunately without causing any casualties or significant damage. According to Reuters, Romania scrambled a total of 2 F-16 fighter jets alongside 2 Italian Eurofighter Typhoons in response to the incursion.
Today's successful action was the result of cooperation between the Romanian Air Force and the Italian Air Forces deployed in Romania for the enhanced air policing mission. The aerial target was discovered outside national airspace, permanently tracked along the entire trajectory by the radars of the combat service and air policing. Also, from the entry into national airspace, it was constantly accompanied by aircraft from the combat service, on the first part of the trajectory by Italian Eurofighter jets and on the last part of the trajectory by Romanian F-16 jets. The decision to engage was taken in due time. On the target's trajectory, the consequences were permanently managed and the optimal moment was chosen to shoot it down.
Visually, the pilots reported to us at the time that it was a Shahid type, or Garin, 2 as you would classify it. I repeat, when we have all the technical details, we will give you the answers to this question. To speculate whether it was carrying explosives or not is also very difficult. From military experience, I can tell you that as it was not a research or surveillance drone of a Gerber type, in the vast majority of situations this type of drone carried explosive loads on board.
Notably, Romania has already reported multiple similar airspace breaches ever since the Ukraine war first began, though this marked its first actual shootdown. This incident unfolded on the same day that Russia and Ukraine were already trading major strikes against each other on Friday, July 24th. On July 24th, Ukraine struck a major Russian defense factory located in Kiev, using its own domestically developed Flamingo cruise missile to carry out the attack. According to the Kiev Independent, Kiev lies approximately 1,200 kilometers away from Ukrainian-controlled territory, underscoring just how far the strike actually reached. Reports confirmed that this particular strike specifically targeted the Avatech military production facility located within the city. Kiev's regional governor, Alexander Sokolov, confirmed that 6 factory workers were killed as a direct result of this attack. Sokolov added that another 26 people were injured in the strike before emergency crews managed to bring the resulting fire under control. The Kiev Independent reported that this targeted factory actually belongs to Almazanty, one of Russia's largest and most significant defense manufacturing giants. Avitek is known for manufacturing air defense missiles alongside critical parts used in Russian aircraft and various broader missile systems. This same facility also builds launchers specifically used for Russia's Iskander, Yars, and Topol missile systems, making it a genuinely high-value strategic target. Ukrainian drones also targeted Wildberries logistics hubs located in both St. Petersburg and Tver during this same coordinated wave of strikes. Fires were subsequently reported breaking out at Wildberries sites in both Shushary and Novosaratovka following these targeted drone strikes. Wildberries confirmed that operations at its St. Petersburg logistics centers had to be temporarily suspended as a direct result of the damage. Notably, Wildberries facilities have now faced a full 5 days of Ukrainian attacks within just a single week, showing a clear pattern of sustained targeting. Around 50 flights were delayed at St. Petersburg's Pulkovo airport as a direct consequence of the disruption caused during this attack. These strikes come as Kiev continues pushing its long-range missile and drone campaign even deeper inside Russian territory than before. Meanwhile, a Russian ballistic missile struck an arms exhibition being held near Kiev on that very same day, July 24th. Prosecutor General Ruslan Kravchenko confirmed that 10 people died in the strike, while more than 100 others were left injured. Ukraine's Defense Industry Council confirmed that numerous industry representatives had been present at the exhibition location when the missile struck. Air raid sirens had sounded shortly before Kiev Mayor Vitaly Klitschko publicly reported hearing explosions across the capital. This attack came at a moment when Ukraine's newly appointed army chief had already been actively increasing tensions between Moscow and Kiev.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest newsmakers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Have you ever wondered what happens when a banking dynasty meets tides of world history, intrigue, and a dash of myth?
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HD videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.